am Sitara. For those of you who are just tuning into my channel, and for those of you that have been paying attention for a while, thank you. Here we are again. So this is my first official transmission from Dubai. I've just moved here from spending the last 2+ years on Bali. I'm using this microphone. I hope that it's helping because I am above, for the time being, a pretty big highway, so you can hear the traffic. I'm hoping that the sound is working for us in that way. So want to just drop in and share a quick transmission, allowing the energy of Dubai, which is a completely foreign land for me, as I've been acclimating in these first 16 hours. I've been really feeling a lot of different energies, definitely energies I've never felt before. So it's been really exciting, and Spirit encouraged me to simply pop on here and do a transmission. I think in part to also help me ground into the frequencies, because it helps when I hold space for you guys in this way, for me to also attune my own energy body to what's present, what's here. So let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths together. Connecting root chakra all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. Yo na ya nagai tuana kapu san nagai yawataraki ania waha akapua. Yawa sanai hi ia kana ka kawapu tunuku apua sa sanai. Iania wa uapua kana haakana kaya wa uapua. So there's a really, really, really strong prayer coming through here that is about loving ourselves exactly as we are, with no prejudice around what's good or what's bad, what's right and what's wrong, what's good or what's evil. It's or what's light and dark. That's a really big one that I think is easy for us to just kind of hold on to in a different sort of way. Is that when we allow our energy to settle, and we allow our energy to be more purified, and when we allow our energy to just simply be more accepting of all parts of ourselves, as we are made in the reflection of our own Creator, which is all light and dark. It encompasses every single frequency, every single intention, every single motivation, every single emotion that is available to us on this planet, in this world. So as I've been connecting into the energies of Dubai, I've been experiencing a lot of really interesting news, I'll say, and this was going on for me before I actually decided to come here anyway. I could feel myself aligning with the timeline. I could see the possibility. I knew in my bones it was the next right step for me. It was the thing that was coming into my world that was going to open the possibilities of opportunity in really, really powerful ways. So as that has been opening up for me, and as I've been leaning into the possibility of just settling here, connecting here, allowing the ways of the universe to just roll me and move with me, and allow myself to let go and experience no resistance to what it is that I see, to what I experience within, to the ebbs and flows that are around in all ways. I'm learning a lot in a very short period of time. And I wanted to come on here, one, because my intuition and spirit was like, make a live today, it's really important. But also simultaneously, I wanted to pop on here because to hold space with you in this way helps me to anchor and become a little bit more clear it helps me to get my own insights as well. It's always for you, and it's always for me. So yes, this one is, I think, a little bit, it's in duo service. In service to you and also in service to me. One of the things I do want to share is that I 100% know that the daily lives that I was sharing through the month of November and into December, I 100% know that that flow and those transmissions and the growth that slingshotted me through, it was the medicine that I needed to be able to access this quantum leap, meaning moving from the island of Bali to Dubai, and very quickly. And so these transmissions, when you focus on your energy body and you focus on your inner world and you really give yourself the time every single day, that it's a daily practice of you connecting with your energy, consciously learning how energy works, consciously educating yourself by allowing your spirit to communicate with your conscious egoic mind and even your unconscious egoic mind. So those are the parts that we are activating. It's those neural pathways, it's those connections within that we activate by listening to light language and by listening to these transmissions. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into, I'm going to open myself as a channel and connect with whatever it is that is available here for us. So as we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Yonaya anaka pua satanakai itiatanakai wa uapukua. Ianai I kia kua hanakai. Makanakai kunukai waha satanaya kia. Iatana kia kua pua ka tanakai. Ituana kua pua hanakai. Nianai wa uapu tunu kua pua kanakai. Iana kia wa uapu nakai ia wapua kanakai. Niana ia tu nakua pua sisia niawa. I kia wa anai haaka niawa. Yoaya niawa. So as we connect with the timelines that we are capable of orchestrating within ourselves, meaning we can see different possibilities that open up for us as we come around different life corners, as we move through different life checkpoints. Sometimes it's a person involved in our life, sometimes it's a life experience, but either way, there are many different ways that we start to open up to new possibilities. When we see these new possibilities, it is possible for us to allow ourselves to align fully and clearly to the highest available timeline. The highest available timeline I like to refer to as your golden life timeline. This is a timeline that is it's a through line that's available through your entire life that you can connect with. Abraham Hicks might call it being in the vortex. It's like choose your languaging around it, but ultimately it's a timeline that is easiest, not without contrast, most prosperous, not without lessons around what it means to be prosperous. It is the timeline that allows you to operate at your absolute divine potential. It is a timeline that allows your spirit to feel most free, most open, most brilliant, most vibrant, most illuminated, most radiant. It's an internal sensation more than it is anything else. And simultaneously, when we connect our conscious egoic mind to choosing the timeline that is aligned with our own internal highest and best, we start to shake out ways and behaviors and practices that for some of us is hardwired as unconscious habits. But when we allow these energies to fall out of our physical body, meaning we forgive the grudges, we let go of the patterns, we let go of the toxic people or places or activities that we've been choosing to imbibe in, and allow yourself to become steady, grounded, and consistent in your flow with what is most aligned to your highest vibrational frequency in the here and now moment. The more that you do that, the more that you give yourself permission to be joyful, to be radiant, to be happy, to be bubbly, to feel full, you will align very clearly and very effortlessly with the path of your most radiant joy. This is the path of least resistance. This is the path of most allowance. This is a path that comes with the greatest sense of ease. And some of you may be thinking, well, what if other people are involved? What if this person keeps throwing a rock in my wheel? Or what if, some of you have exes, or some of you may have children with people that can continue to maybe cause challenges, or roommates or things like that are in your life now that are affecting you on a daily basis, or that are influencing your emotions on a daily basis. And what I have to say to that, or what I want to share with you, is that you have every ounce of control over your own emotions by allowing and encouraging yourself to develop a certain set of emotional intelligence. Now, your emotional intelligence is not taught through school. You can read all sorts of different self-help books and this, that, and the other. But ultimately, the emotional intelligence, from my perspective, comes from a very deep and clear understanding that all emotions are energy. And as all emotions are energy, and you start to learn how energy works, and you start to become very aware with the cycle and the process of how energy influences your entire life, and you start choosing different emotions for your own health and well-being, no matter the external circumstances, this is when you free yourself from the confines of the expectations of others, those around you. I have experienced this many times before, and what I will tell you is that it oftentimes is quite triggering to those who are trying to get a rise out of you. When someone is trying to evoke an emotion out of you, and they are unable to do so, it can sometimes evoke a bit of frustration from them, which will in turn turn the volume up a little bit so that they can try to get that rise. Feel the sensation of your own trigger when this happens, because a lot of us are running around drunk on our own emotions. Our emotions are a chemical factory inside of our own brain. We're just walking chemical factories. But our thoughts determine the chemicals that are being created in our brain. The norepinephrine, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, the neural pathways that are formed through cyclical patterns of repeated behaviors and patterns. This is why it's most challenging for us to break down our childhood programming, because we are so sponge-like when we're that young. And because we are so sponge-like at that age, we absorb the frequency and behaviors of our primary caregivers and our siblings, those that we are around the most often. So what happens is we mock up or we manifest circumstances in our adult life that mirror those relationships and give us the opportunity to develop a different sense of emotional intelligence that allows us to up-level into the next field, into the next awareness. This is maturity. This is wisdom. Iona ia satana kai ki o tono kua pua katea nehi I kua pua satia nuku pua. Ia tua kua sialata ki ani awa haa kua tunia kupua. Iona ia oaka saisiani kia kua putu kua naia. Nyomo iana ia kua tukua pua satata ki ani awa. Iwa ua putu ni awa haa kanakai. I tiano kua pua kua sasia naya ua pua. Just simply breathe. Allowing yourself to really feel the sensation of presence inside of your own body, the sensation of presence inside of your own heart, the sensation of presence inside of your own mind. Yono wa pua kanakai ki ona ia wa ua putunuku kua tutukua nakai ki atata ki ono kua pu kua tatakakan kurkurkurkupu tukurkurkapu tukurkurkupu. Susu anakai ki anakai kua pu anakai ki anatia wa pua kanaki yawa. Mutu nuku pua kua nakai. Mutu apunuku kua nakai. Mutu tutukutu karakaya nakatu tunupu sasanaya ho pu nakai. Nyo anai ia wapu ua pua haaka. Putu nuku pua kanakai ki utu nuku apu kua haasu tunuku pua kupua nakai. Onaka tuanakua. Pusu tanakai. Putunuku pukunuku kuapuaka. Allow yourself to simply feel what you feel. Notice what you notice. Feel free to come back to this one as many times as you'd like. I'm going to continue settling here in Dubai. I wanted to share these beautiful new codes with you. To simply let you know that there will be a lot more new expansion coming to you from me. There's a lot of open possibilities here for me in the city. I can feel it. I don't know where they are going to take me at this time, but my plan is to continue to connect with you here and share with you my adventures and new transmissions and new possibilities and openings for you as well, because my goal is to create new opportunities of prosperity, new opportunities of community, and new opportunities of leading edge, we'll say, technological opportunities. What we can do is we are creating a new monetary system on this planet in so many different ways. So I will be connecting with you more and more about that. And yeah, we'll look forward to connecting soon, sharing more and more. I know I'm being a bit vague at this time for those of you that are like, why are you in Dubai? Well, it's a bit less of a mystery to me than it is to you, but to be honest, it's quite a mystery to me as well. I felt a very clear divine calling. I knew I was calling in a quantum leap. I had very clear visions before coming out here, and have a connection to a friend that I used to work on another blockchain project several years ago, who invited me to come and help him with that. So that is the hook, that is the draw, that's why I'm here, but I feel like it's for a few reasons. So I'm going to continue to tune in, plug in, let you know what's going on, and of course feel free to come back and listen to this recording before I start, blabbing as many times as you'd like. The codes and the channel that came through are really going to help amplify your connection to your emotional responsibility for yourself. That's going to bring a lot of greater ease emotionally and a quickening in your development of your maturity, as I call it. Spiritual wisdom, I believe, is maturity. It's funny how that word can be a trigger word. Ha ha ha. Either way, I'm sending you so many blessings, so much love. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our connection here today is very much complete. All right, my sweet friends. Thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all those things, and I will be chatting with you very soon. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.